Following a relief mission to provide supplies to the planet Aleen following a series of major natural disasters, Republic forces were now making their way back to the Republic. Many of the officials, including the droids R2-D2 and C-3PO, were handed over from the members of the 104th Battalion, which were participating in the relief effort on Aleen, over to the 91st Mobile Reconnaissance Corps under the leader of Jedi Master Adi Gallia. Once the two droids, as well as other assets from the relief mission to Aleen, were recovered on board Adi Gallia's personal Venator-class Star Destroyer, they began a long trek back to the Republic, seeing as this location is located in the distant fringes of the galaxy. However, the problem was that this trek would lead them through Separatist-controlled space. As such, the lone Venator-class Star Destroyer had to take several interesting, evasive maneuvers to avoid contact with larger and more capable Separatist forces. One such evasive maneuver was carried out while traveling past the world Patitite Pattuna. However, while the evasive tactics had served Adi Gallia well before, they failed in this engagement, leading to an ambush by Separatist forces. In the battle, the objectives of the Republic forces were simple: to evade and ultimately escape the Separatist ambush, while the Separatist objectives were slightly more complex. The Separatists aimed to destroy this lone Venator-class Star Destroyer and capture Jedi General Adi Gallia alive for interrogation and hopefully ransom. The battle commenced as the single Venator-class Star Destroyer attempted to pass close to the planet to avoid detection. However, they were picked up by a local patrol force under the command of General Grievous, which moved to engage. Much to the surprise of the commanders of the Venator-class Star Destroyer, 3 Separatist vessels jumped out of hyperspace right in front of them: a single Providence-class dreadnought, as well as 2 Munificent-class star frigates. The 3 Separatist ships quickly began launching strike fighters and bombarding the lone Republic capital ship with heavy turbo lasers. This immediately did significant damage to the Republic capital ship, causing a reactor breach, which ultimately put the entire vessel basically in immediate peril. Now, in an attempt to delay the oncoming Separatist assault, a number of strike fighters were launched from the Venator's hangars to fight off vulture droids that had been scrambled from the Separatist fleet, as well as attempt to strike back at the Separatist ships that were carrying out this assault. However, it was quickly realized by Adi Gallia and the rest of the Republic commanders that all hope was pretty much lost and that they would have to abandon their lone Star Destroyer. As such, the preparations for an evacuation began. As the preparations for this evacuation were being carried out, however, the situation got significantly more dramatic as Grievous and a group of battle droids were able to board the Venator-class Star Destroyer, presumably using a number of boarding pods. That brought this engagement from a standard evacuation to a battle in the hulls of the Venator-class Star Destroyer in between these battle droids and the troops of the 91st Mobile Reconnaissance Corps. As the battle out in space raged on, the evacuation carried on board the Venator-class Star Destroyer, with many of the non-essential personnel either making it to escape pods or low-altitude assault transports to evacuate the stricken vessel. However, in the chaos of the evacuation and the ongoing bombardment of the Republic vessel, Adi Gallia had engaged General Grievous in lightsaber combat and had ultimately been defeated and captured by Separatist forces. And as they withdrew from the stricken Republic vessel, they took their Jedi captive with them. With the evacuation mostly complete, and now Separatist forces having withdrawn from the Republic cruiser, a heavier bombardment then proceeded, with the capital ship-grade turbo lasers on board the Separatist ships now bombarding the Venator-class Star Destroyer in its entirety. This bombardment ultimately costing the Venator its structural integrity. While the Republic fighters in the area did manage to fight off several of the squadrons of vulture droids that had been deployed by the Separatist fleet, they were ultimately eventually overwhelmed by superior Separatist numbers, and the remaining Republic forces were forced to either flee the system, go dark in hopes of being detected by passing Republic vessels, or surrender to the Separatist forces. And with that, the battle ended in a Separatist victory, with Separatist forces being able to achieve all of their major goals, from destroying the Venator to capturing Adi Gallia alive. This battle itself ultimately ended up being one of the rare instances where the Separatists could actually claim all-out victory. At this point in the war, the Separatists were mainly looking at stalemates or defeats at the hands of superior Republic forces. This is happening all in the shadow of a pretty significant Separatist defeat with their loss during the Battle of Mon Cala, and if you'd like to learn about that battle, I'll leave a link in the upper right-hand corner to my battle analysis on that. And if you have any other engagements you'd like to see covered in future episodes of Battle Analysis and added to the archive, you can let me know down below in the comments. Last but not least, if you enjoyed this video, head down below, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon so you get notified when I upload new videos. So for Sci-Fi Deep Dive, I'm Colin, and I will see you next time.